Welcome back. This is Dominic Toscano. I'm going to be teaching you how to make task cards based out of the book, The ABCs of the Interactive Book Report. And the task cards are a matching game that your students can play. This way we're going to set it up is for use as a floor activity. Depending on the supplies you use, you can make them smaller so that you can use them at their desk or at a table for small group work. Again, based on the reciprocal thinking chart, there are many applied thinking skills that go into the task cards. Acknowledging, recognizing, realizing, organizing. This time you have initial and advanced deciding and problem solving, risk-taking, reflecting, comparing and contrasting, self-actuating, synthesizing, generalizing, inferring, prioritizing, and recalling. Obviously, they'll be recognizing that they're doing a shape match for the self-correcting piece, and that they have to make a match in order to answer the questions correctly. They're going to prioritize to see which match works. They're generalizing the small puzzle is a two-piece shape match, so they're not going to take three pieces to make the correct answer, only two. And self-actuating is any time really that you're doing anything. So for this will be as they're actually making the matchings between the different pieces of information. The materials that you're going to need for this are half of a folder, which we are going to use the other half that we cut off from when we made our Pick-A-Dot before. You're going to need a package, in this case, of 5x8 index cards or of half sheets of cardstock paper. Again, if you wanted to do it as a table activity, you can use smaller index cards. The 3x4 inch ones would work. And then you're going to need a scissor and just a pen or marker. All right. This is probably the easiest activity that we're going to make. Already we have our folder cut out, and this we're just going to use basically as our carrying case for the cards we're going to make. To seal it up, we're just going to put tape on the ends so that they don't fall out the side. And like our Pick-A-Dot folder, task card folder, we're going to score the top over just so we can enclose everything inside of it. And again, this is just 2 lines, not all the way through, just so that we can bend the folder over neatly, since it is a thicker material and it's not easy to fold. Fold it on our scores. And we have the carrying case set up for our task cards. All right. Now the task cards, like all the activities, are self-correcting and they can be used across various content areas. And it's a matching activity. So the first thing you're going to do, which I already started, is you're going to write your questions and your answers that the students will match on one card. So for a science lesson, I wrote Earth, and I wrote some facts about Earth. That it's third planet from the sun, it has water, and it's our home. For social studies, I wrote who was the first president, our answer being George Washington. And for math, I have 2 + 2, and the answer would be 4. Now, we're not just going to cut these in half. The way we're going to do it is to cut them into various shapes. That way that each card only has one correct answer that it's going to be matched with. And this is an activity that my kids really like doing when we made ours. If it's a themed unit, such as if you're doing Charlotte's Web, you might use the barn or her web as the actual card, which you'll cut in half. But the shapes that you're cutting in between can be anything. So for this one, I'm just going to make some zigzags. Like so. I can make curved ones. And I can just make simple cuts in opposite directions for this one. So now you have your task cards, you put them in the folder. When you have, usually I do this during small group time, I'll tell my students to take out their task card folders. That way they just do, if you have a task card folder for each content area, they can pull it out in that right time. Or you might mix them up just so they can do a general view. They would take out their task cards, they can mix them up. I usually have them laying down. You can have them laying face down, face up, however you want. and they would have to go around, flip it back over. So regardless of which side you pick up, you're going to find the correct answer that goes with it. So this says George Washington. Is it the Earth? Probably not. Third planet from the sun? No. Who was our first president? I can see that working. And then to check it, you see if your cutouts make the correct connection. And your students can go through that. They can find all the matches. And they have them all matched up. And that's the simplest activity we have. That is our task card. Thank you.